welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't already know me, I'm Lo from Blush Belle on Instagram and on the blog, and today I have a really fun and special video as I just got my hands on the new Gigi Hadid and Maybelline palette. I'm super excited, you guys. This palette is fairly new. It's a limited edition collection between Gigi Hadid and Maybelline New York. Gigi and Maybelline have created a whole special collection that has many different pieces, but one big centerpiece, which is the Maybelline and Gigi Hadid Jetsetter palette that I have over here in my own hands. I'm so excited, you guys. I wanted to try this for so long, and I finally got this as a gift. So today I wanted to hop on here pretty quickly to do a first impression video with you guys. So I'm gonna try out basically everything that's in this palette. I'm gonna also include a little bit of these. This is the Maybelline and Gigi Hadid Eye Contour Palette. It's in the shade Warm, so it has all of these nice warm eyeshadow shades, while this has eyeshadows, blush, highlight, bronzer, concealers, lips, basically everything you need to create a whole face in one palette. It even has a little mascara that I'm not going to use today because I already have a ton of mascaras open and I don't want to open another one and let it just like dry out. So for today, what I'm going to do is try actually all of these products out with you guys in a live. I'm going to show you how I created this nice, warm, and a natural look. And then by the end of the video, I'm also going to do a quick roundup and review of all the products in there. So if you're interested in seeing the look I created, but also a little review, just keep on watching. Cool, so I got my mirror in front of me, we're ready to go. And just as an FYI, this isn't gonna be a makeup tutorial as much as it's just gonna be me testing things out. So don't expect a full-on makeup tutorial. Oh my god, my nails are so bad. I'm so sorry, you guys. Anyways, don't expect a full-on tutorial, more than just me testing things out. So I've already started by applying mascara and a moisturizer. There is a mascara that comes in the palette, but I didn't want to open it yet because I already have some mascaras that I want to try out. And this one is a regular one from Maybelline. It's the Colossal Volume Express mascara. And I did already test it and I do like it. So I know that I like it. I'm not going to try it today. So I already applied my mascara for today. And now I'm just going to go with what they've provided me in the palette to create the rest of the look. So, oops. And I already put my nail in the palette. Ain't that great. Okay, so we're gonna start. I think I'm gonna grab a concealer brush because there's they provided two little brushes in the palette, but I don't think I'm gonna be using these as much as my own regular brushes. So give me a minute, I'm gonna go get one from my collection. It feels like I'm all over the place in this video. I wasn't prepared to film this, but it was such a big request on my Instagram that I just went to town and did it. So excuse my lack of preparation. We're gonna go ahead and start with the concealers. So what I'm gonna do is, just by looking at these, I do know that the darker color is probably gonna be too dark for my skin tone, and then the lighter color is gonna be too light. So what I'm gonna do is grab my concealer brush, and I'm gonna go into both. And I've created what I think will be quite a good mix. So I'm gonna go under my eyes first. I'm gonna apply, excuse my mirror, I'm gonna apply this right under my eye a little bit more. Not too bad of a job to cover my under eyes. If I'm just comparing this side to this side, I do have a little bit of darkness over here. That's been quite nicely covered there. And I actually find that when I mix both shades, it creates quite a nice color for me. So nicely done there. Anyways, we're gonna go into the other under eye. What are we thinking? I think concealers are not half bad. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of spot concealing. So I have a few pimples that you can see. So I'm gonna grab the same mixture of both colors. And I'm gonna apply that to my pimples. I think for that, my finger might be a little better because it allows me to pick up a little bit more product, and then I'll blend it out. Okay, not half bad. Honestly, I'd say so far so good. The only thing that I'm like not used to is working with concealers that are in a cream formula. I usually like them like more liquid in a tube, so it's a bit of getting used to, but it's not half bad. I think the color is a good match for me. The thing I really like about this palette is that it has two shades of concealer, so if you're anywhere in between these two shades or one of these two shades exactly, you could get away with this palette. For me, it's about 50-50 of each concealer, so quite in the middle there. It's giving me decent coverage, not the most full-on opaque concealer that I've tried, but it's nice and it's very, I feel like, breathable. You know how sometimes cream concealers can feel a little bit, I don't know, heavy on your face. This one doesn't seem to be like that. It's quite lightweight and it's feeling nice on my skin. I don't think I'm gonna do foundation today. I don't really feel like it, and honestly, it's giving me good coverage. I find that I can pretty much go with that. So next, so I think we're gonna go into eyes. I'm gonna use a mix today. I have the Jetsetter palette, obviously, but I also have the Gigi Hadid eye contour palette, and this is the shade Warm. So I have quite a nice mix of these beautiful warm shades. I was thinking about using this and maybe the brown shade in the Jetsetter palette. So I am going to use a little bit of concealer on my eyelids just to make a nice base for that. Now I'm going to try and use this little brush. I'm going to use this fluffier side right there, and what I'm going to do is apply a base color, and for that I am going to use this shade in the, what's this called? Eye contour palette. I don't think there are shade names. Let me check. Oh yeah, there are. This particular shade is called Louis Warm, so L-U-I Warm. Anyways, I'm gonna use this and tap the excess off. I think that these eyeshadows are gonna be a little bit powdery, but when you tap the excess, yeah, they are. Can you kind of see this? Yeah, you can, definitely. So I'm gonna use this and put it everywhere on my eye as a nice base color. You know what? They're powdery, but I feel like they do their job, and they don't have a lot of kickoff when you use them on your eyes if you like tap off the excess well. Okay, now that we did a nice base, I am gonna go ahead and go into the Jetsetter palette. I'm gonna see if there are names. So that would be shade 9. It's called the Eyeshadow Crease. That's it. Eyeshadow crease shade. So that's exactly what I'm going to use it for. Actually, I'm going to use that brown, tap the excess off, and whoa, okay, we're good. So I'm going to use that brown and put it nicely in my crease. So there we go. I'm going to try and remain soft with these colors, but honestly, this is giving me nice pigmentation. It's light, but nice. It's okay, right? It's not too bad. Keep in mind, this isn't the like best brush, but it's doing its job quite okay, if you're asking me. These are honestly quite easy to blend. I'm surprised. They're not patchy at all, at least for this crease shade. The brush obviously isn't the best choice of tool, but it's working out quite okay. Kind of digging this look. I am, however, going to go ahead and go back with the warm shade. So this shade right here, I'm going to find the name. This is called Nolita Warm. Not Lolita, Nolita with an N. This is powdery as well, but what do you want? That's what you're going to get with Maybelline shadows. And I'm going to go into my like inner crease and a little bit onto my lid. So you know what? Looking into a mirror, I actually like it. It's quite nice. I don't know. I kind of like this look. Now we're gonna go with the face. I think I'm gonna try and use this brush. The only reason why I'm gonna use this brush is because the pans themselves are quite. I don't want to put my nails again into some lipstick shades, but anyways, of course. So the pans themselves are not that big. I wouldn't see myself like putting a really big brush into there. Something I find a little bit weird also about this palette is that the blush is kind of small compared to like the highlighter or the bronzer. I think I might have switched, like I probably would have put the highlighter in the smallest form, the bronzer in the biggest, and the blush maybe somewhere in the middle, because that's kind of how you use them on your face, like the ratio you use on your face. So maybe a weird choice of sizes, but now we're gonna try the product themselves to see if they're any good. So what I'm gonna start by doing is apply my bronzer. I am gonna go ahead with this little brush. Ooh, powder. Ooh. So make sure if you're using this bronzer that you tap the, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna show you what's on my table. I'm gonna use my phone and film a little bit what's on my table. Tap the excess off and work with what we got. Kind of on my cheekbone and a little bit underneath. I kind of want to go ahead and try without tapping the excess off just to see what it would give me. I'm just gonna try it YOLO, you know. Okay, but I went ahead and it blended pretty well. So you know what? Might have a little bit of kickback, but you know what? If you like apply it without taking the excess off just to your face, it blends in pretty nicely. Okay, not too shabby, and I actually like the color of this bronzer. It's quite warm, but not too much. I feel like it's really usable, and I do like the color on me. I feel like it brings warmth a little bit into my skin, so I'm not hating it. Now what I'm gonna do is go into blush. I think I'm gonna use the exact same brush just because I actually did go on to my cheekbones with the brush, with the bronzer anyways. So I'm gonna pop a little bit of blush. Oh, less kickback this time. So wow, the blush seems to actually be really good. There's absolutely no kickback. And check out the pigmentation. That's like one swipe into the palette. So pretty nice. Now I'm gonna go on to the top of my cheeks. And super easy to blend too. Wow. Impressed, blush, impressed. Slay, Maybelline. Do I look like a clown? I think we're good. I don't know, you guys. I'm digging this blush all right. I do like that it's quite nicely pigmented. The color is also really, really lovely. It's super peachy, super fun. There's no kickback at all. You can blend it super easily, even with this like tiny crappy brush. So blush is like so far my favorite thing in this palette. Now we're gonna go ahead and do highlight. You know what I'm gonna do for highlight? I'm actually gonna use my fingers. So I'm gonna pop into the highlight right there. And this seems to be super nice. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to, whoa! Check it out. I'm gonna apply that to the top of my cheekbones. The color of this highlighter, that's beautiful. It's like this nice champagne. There's a little bit of yellow in it, which is surprising because it didn't look like that in the pan. Oh, you guys, beaming highlight. I like it. I think the highlight may be stealing the show even better than the blush. I do know Maybelline makes some nice highlighters in the drugstore though, so I'm not that surprised. But this highlight though, I'm loving it. My Cupid's bow and a little bit on my forehead just with the what's remaining. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows really quickly off camera. Just give me a sec. So much better with brows, right? Okay, now actually for the final touch, I'm just left with lipstick. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm also gonna mix those two lipsticks. No, you know what? I'm just gonna use the peachy one. So the lighter one that I already dug my nail into. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it on this little tiny weeny brush. We're gonna see what kind of pigment I can get with that, but already on the brush it looks promising. Also, my lips are so, oh my god, this is so pale. Don't forget about it. I'm using the other one. Pink is much better on me. Okay, and also my lips are super chapped right now, like crazy chapped that I'm almost ashamed to show them on camera. But whatever, we're gonna do with it. The lipsticks are nice and creamy. Also, they are no big surprise. I mean, Maybelline lipsticks are usually really nice at the drugstore, so it's not like it's a surprise, but it's good to know. And pigmentation isn't like, wow, blow you out of the water type of pigmentation. but it's nice and rosy. I actually like it. And guys, that's actually it for my makeup look. Nothing more complicated than that. Do I look like Gigi Hadid now? Quick roundup on the palette. I did actually enjoy the palette quite a lot. The lipsticks are really nice and creamy. The concealers did their job. They were covering enough and good color for me, so that's like really all I'm asking. The eyeshadows, maybe that would be the only part that didn't impress me so much. I mean, they're fine, but you know, if they're in the Jetsetter palette, they're nice, you can kind of still use them. I wouldn't go out of my way and purchase the Eye Contour Warm palette. I don't think it's necessary, and the eyeshadows are nice, but you can find in the drugstore, in my opinion, better alternatives that are maybe not as powdery and a little bit more pigmented. So I mean, they were nice. It's not that I didn't enjoy them at all, but I find that you can definitely find some better options out there. As far as the mascara, I do know it's amazing, so definitely a go there. And as for blush, bronzer, and highlight, I do have to say I'm super impressed, you guys. The bronzer was a really nice color match. It was a little bit powdery, but blended in super well. The blush was not powdery at all, like how? Super pigmented as well. Love the peachy color of the blush. Really, really nice. And then the highlighter was like the star of the show. Now I understand why they made the pan this big, because it's actually this good. I would use the highlighter pretty much everywhere. You know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the highlighter in the center of my eye. Ooh, girl, check this out. So super nice if you also want to use it as eyeshadow. I did enjoy the highlighter so much on my face. Honestly, my favorite product of the whole palette, and that's like super nice because it's the biggest pan. So I'm quite pleased with that. The brushes also were, you know, decent. I would recommend using this palette with your own brushes, but I did my whole look with them except for the concealer brush, sorry. But I did my whole eye look and then powders with the brush that they gave us, and honestly, can't say it's looking muddy or anything. Everything blended in super well. I'm honestly super happy with the look. It's super warm, it's fresh. Nothing to say. So Gigi Hadid and Maybelline Jetsetter palette definitely gets a big plus in my book. If you're looking to create quite a natural, warm, glowy makeup, definitely a palette for you, especially that it's drugstore. And we're not gonna lie, if you're a fan of this gorgeous pinky nude packaging, you definitely won't regret it. I think that it's a beautiful piece to have in your collection, and definitely a piece where you can use basically everything in the palette and not be deceived by any of them. With that, I am gonna sign off. I do hope you liked the look I created. I do hope you liked the review. If you did, please give my video a big thumbs up. That always helps me out. Leave a comment if you want to know anything in particular about this palette. I'd love to answer you, and I'd love to chat also. So please leave this video some love. Also, subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already. I'd love to have you on here for my next video. In the meantime, I send you guys a lots of love, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!